Hi guys. Give me a second to get set up. Hey Carol. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to live. Sorry you can't see me and I don't have a light. Wow, that light. My hair really looks white. Um I do. I think it looks too dark. Hi. I can't see your name. Hi Clown Town Effects. Today we are going to be talking about the European Hornet and from there moving on. I'm sorry. I really am. But we're not talking about bees, so it's all good. Pickled orca. Why would I not believe in God? Is that because I talking about nature? Or is that because I'm maybe I get it, but maybe say hi first before you bring that up? Because my channel, as much as I love God and as much as I believe in God, that's not what my channel is about. And I have no problems telling you I'm Christian. But yeah. I will be right with you guys on today's topic. I just got to get rid of something because it makes no sense. I'm good. I'm not your father. Sorry, I'm not. Today we are talking about the European Hornet. Not a lot of information on it, but we'll take what we have and then I will open the floor to a regular, ordinary chat. I'm having live. That's what I'm doing. Welcome. I'm glad to have you. So today we're talking about the European Hornet. Very different if you're from the United States and you've seen the bald-faced hornets. Very different animal than the one that we're talking about today. European hornets are a large insect with adults ranging in size from 0.7 inches to 1.4 inches long, or 2 to 3.5 centimeters in length. Queens may reach 2 inches in length. Now, these insects, unlike our bald-faced hornets, which are black and white, these hornets are brown with yellow stripes, and their scientific name is not one that I am going to post in live. For those of you that are new to my channel, this is the way it operates. This is the scientific name. European Hornet. European hornets live in Europe and or Asia. Actually, both Europe and Asia. They have also been introduced into the United States. These insects may nest in trees. They may even make it into like buildings, into the walls and such, as well as they may even nest. Sorry. I always do that during live. Or even in the ground. Now, what you may not know is what is their use in nature. Hello, Marie. How are you? You may not know what a hornet's use is in nature because they may seem pretty useless. But they do have a purpose. And whether you like that purpose or not, it's not going to be discussed in this live. They feed on large insects like grasshoppers, yellow jackets, and bees. I feel slighted, Marie. I feel slighted. No, I don't. Not really. They are also known to raid beehives. Now, let me address this by saying nature, we don't have to like it. That's what we're talking about. So you need to listen. That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about the European Hornet right now. So stick around and you'll learn. They also feed on the sap from plants. And they will bring these insects back to their nest and feed their young. Hi, I'm doing awesome. As always. So, how do we get from an animal, one animal, to many animals? We're going to talk about that here in a second, too. So, in late summer, this thing happens inside the animal's nest. And males and fruitful females come on the scene. And up to late summer, all of the females except for the queen are sterile. They can't have babies. So in the summer, at the end of summer, males and mature females that can have babies come out of the nest and they mate. Once they're mated, those females will leave the nest and they're going to find a place to hang out during the winter. And I don't know if they directly leave the nest right away, but anyway. The females, probably around Octoberish, are going to find a place to hang out. That might be in a rabbit's burrow. It's going to be somewhere where they have some protection against the cold. Anyway, they go into hibernation. And then in the spring, and we'll come back to this, but in the spring, no. The queen is the only one in the nest at any given time that is having babies. So each queen will have their own nest and their own babies for that nest. What's happening is, Carol, at towards the end of summer, the existing queen will die. Or she'll go into hibernation. New females will appear in the nest. They'll hatch out. They will go through all of this stuff. They will go through all of the necessary changes to become an adult. European hornets. At the end of the summer, the new males and the new females are going to leave the nest. They're going to go off and mate. Those new females will have their own nest in the spring. Now, all hornets are social insects, meaning that they live in groups. So they live in colonies. The new queens are going to emerge in the spring. First thing they're going to do is they're going to look for a place to have a nest. I thought I posted it. Honestly. I thought I posted it. If you are coming into live and you're wondering what are we talking about, it's always in the title, unless I didn't put it there. So anyway, back to the hornets. So the new queen is going to look for a place to have a nest. Once she has found a spot, she's going to look for wood. She's going to look for soft wood in general. She's going to chew it up. She's going to mix it with her saliva. And then she's going to fly to her nest and start laying out this mix of wood and saliva. And that wood and saliva mixture is going to become paper. Wasps were the first organisms on Earth to make paper. Kind of crazy, huh? Each nest is going to contain 6 to 9 combs. Oh, wait. Let me backtrack a little bit, and I'll probably mention this again, but the queen, as soon as she's made cells in the nest, she's going to start laying eggs. Those hatchlings, well, yes and no. Technically, they're hornets, but also technically they are wasps. There is a difference. It's basically size. Size is the main difference. Not gonna lie. Once that queen has workers, she will stop building the nest. And she will focus all of her energy on laying eggs and producing those workers. We'll talk about it. As the colony grows, they may contain as much as 3,000 individual cells. 3,000 individual cells that house larvae or an egg. A mature colony will have up to 1,000 workers. I need to look that up. I don't know. Let me get through what I have, and then I will look that up. Okay, Carol? We've already talked about this, but the female goes out, she gathers up wood to make the nest. Once she has workers, though, she stops. No, you don't have to say sorry. The workers are not only going to take care of the larvae, their brothers and sisters. They will build the nest, defend the nest. You get the idea. But while we're talking about nest and defense, unlike honeybees who have a barbed stinger, hornets have a smooth stinger. And what does that mean? That's a really good question. Now, hornets are not the only animal to have a smooth stinger. Bumblebees, like this guy, have a smooth stinger. And what that means is when they sting you, there's nothing there to get caught on your skin. So they can sting repeatedly as many times as they want. Now, these guys say that what I read is they're most active at night. I'm assuming they may also be active during the day, but they're also attracted to light. Now, this is fun. This is really fun. So, they are... Sorry, you can't see me again. They are the only... And this is going to catch you. I know it is. I'm going to get you guys with this one. They are the only true hornets in the United States. The only true hornets in the United States in existence. So, yeah. Well, here's the kicker, Carol. I got to ensure that I have people coming into my live at 6 p.m. So you have to wait till 6 p.m. to get an answer for that one. I'm going to be a jerk. Yeah, so bald-faced hornets, not really hornets. But they do fit into this whole mix. I think the reason they get called hornets is because they're bigger and larger. Probably goes back to the early settlers here in the United States. So, yeah. Later today, we are going to be talking about the bald-faced hornets. Sorry, guys. And we'll talk about why the European hornet is the only hornet in the United States. It's very strange, but yeah. So, any questions on that animal? Thank you guys for the likes. If you have not done it, give me a like. I want to feel the warmth of your love. Man. Sorry, that's bugging me. I need to shave. Yeah, we YouTubers, we feel your love by the likes that you give us, the comments that you leave on videos and stuff, and when you answer polls, which I'm going to try and do more of. It's just really hard to come up with one each week. Aw, thank you, Aiden. You're so sweet. Oh, man. Not getting oxygen to my brain, I guess. I know it's bad and I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to have a nap after live today. Well, you can stick around, Aiden. Live's not over. Stay in chat. Unless you have to leave. For those of you that are new to my channel, we talk about all things nature. At least to start with. So if you have questions or comments or anything like that, you can throw it out. I went to an Easter party today at church. Got to be the Easter Bunny's assistant. It was a lot of fun. Wish I had more time to eat because I'm a grown boy and I need my food. And in case you're wondering, yes, the hair is real. As is the mustache and the beard. It's all my real hair. Yeah. So, there can be a couple of things going on. One, when you're outside, do you wear perfume? Okay, so things that might attract bees and wasps to you. I guess this is important since some of us are allergic. One thing is sweet smells. So perfumes, cologne, that can attract them. Another thing that can attract them are bright colors. Colors like white or floral prints can attract attention. Also, if you have food, having food will attract them to you. And it's just not perfume that's going to bring them in. Maybe your shampoo is scented. That can bring them in as well. Some bees are going to be drawn to your scent. With wasp, they may be looking for water, looking for something sweet to eat or to drink. Yes, So the more floral the colors, like pinks or purples, whites, yellows. So bright colors like yellow, white, and blue. Some shades of purple or reds. Things that are going to maybe be related to flowers, or maybe they're coming to the flower to snag a bee. So floral things can draw them in. Really good question, by the way. I like that question. Another thing you probably don't want to do is really bad idea to have a can of pop. Like maybe you're having a barbecue at your house, or you have friends over and you're drinking pop outside, right? You have your pop in your hand, you're drinking straight from the can. The only problem with that is they have that little opening where the pop comes out of. If a bee were to get into, if a wasp or a bee gets into that, you can't necessarily see it. And if you drink it and you get stung, yeah, it could be bad. So if you're going to drink pop or whatever, have it inside a glass where you can see it. I'm gonna put this guy away. If you've ever been by a school after school that where the kids are allowed to get their pops or whatnot, the garbage cans outside are filled with yellow jackets. Like late summer, they're everywhere. It is horrible. There was one year it was so bad they actually told the kids not to be very careful when they were dumping stuff into the garbage cans. Yes, they do, and they are attracted to it. So I saw Abby today, and I told her that I had a really bad feeling about Live today, and Live is dead. Unless we get a huge influx of people, I'm hoping tonight's lives are better. I've had 11 votes. Hello, everybody out there that is watching on their TVs. Yeah, it's possible you could have a nest somewhere else. My guess is you have more than one nest. I'm hoping. Because right now, guys, it's. Well, see, yellow jackets tend to be. Yellow jackets tend to be. Sorry. Yellow jackets tend to be worse. That could be two. We are an hour later. Yellow jackets tend to be worse in late summer, early fall. I don't know if it's because, they're trying to that last ditch effort to get everybody fed and transformed. So yeah, I don't know exactly. I was up at 6 something today. They did. We had one of the teenagers come up and ask the Easter Bunny had a carrot that he was holding, and one of the teenage girls looks at the Easter Bunny and goes, "Is that your baby?" Talking to the Easter Bunny, and the Easter Bunny shook his head no. And then she goes, "Is it his?" Pointing to me. And he went to say no, but yeah, I don't know. They had fun. They did golden tickets and cited golden eggs, and if you got a golden ticket, then you got a big chocolate bunny. So there were 3 of those. Which was cool. Plus, the Easter Bunny himself passed out little eggs with a piece of candy and a car. So, yep. And even the adults got, some of the adults, not all of them, got eggs. Easter Bunny ran out. He only had so many. We had some little kids who were like, and by little kids I mean 2, maybe 2ish to, yeah, I think they're between 1 and 2, somewhere in there. Look at the Easter Bunny, and they're like, from a distance, they were all smiles and waving, and man, somebody suggested they get up closer. It was like, nope, not happening. So we had a couple kids that were crying, or actually just one that was crying, and the other one just wouldn't get up by him. And Mom was like, that's something I'm not going to fight. It's a battle I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to go with it. And the Easter Bunny was happy with that too, because it teaches kids to be, it just traumatizes the kids a little bit. Yeah. We had one of the adults even say that they don't like people dressed up in costumes. Hello, a duck on quack. How are you? How long have I been streaming for? What do you mean? Today? Hello, Josh. $43 minutes. Thank you. Today we were discussing the European Hornet, but we have not all of them. Some do, but not all. Perhaps, yeah. I know the European Hornets can be in trees or they can be underground. I have not. Duck on quack. What do you mean no? Yeah, well, oh, okay. Oh, they're stingless bees. And they feed on rotting meat. Interesting. That makes sense with the name. They do bite. And some of them even have like a secretion that they can, I guess, inject via their bite that makes you get blisters. Interesting. Thanks, Josh. I hadn't heard of them. It's basically size. Hornets tend to be bigger than wasps. That doesn't always pan out because the tarantula hawk moth is pretty good sized. So, yeah. Hornets are usually bigger, and wasps are generally smaller. Excuse me. That's a good one. Actually, I have one. It's just not a very huge one. So today we did the European Hornet. Tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are going to be doing the bald faced hornet that lives in the United States. Which is funny because the European Hornet can also live in the United States. I can if that's in the works. My lives are already planned out for at least 6 or 7 months. No, not 6 or 7 months. Yeah, mud daubers can be territorial. No, I don't. Mud daubers. I don't care for bees and wasps. I don't kill them. I just don't like them. Like, I swear my heart rate goes up when I'm around them. I'm trying to get myself to not do that. So yeah, they're called mud daubers. Wow. Yeah, no. I couldn't handle that. That restaurant would probably not get my business. As sad as that is. I am like falling asleep. They must have their nest like close by. Or they're coming for the food, one or the other. I feel like probably they're coming for the food. Yeah, the flowers would bring them in. And then the food on top of it. Yeah, that would do it. That'd bring him in. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about is bugs. Let's talk about bugs. So these are not these guys, not bugs, not bugs. These are not bugs. A bug. It's okay, Marie. That's why I'm here. I'm a teacher. Sort of. A a bug would have a little needle underneath, folded up underneath their legs. A stink bug. Great example. Yes, guys, it's Morthra, but we don't need to spam her name across my channel. these guys they don't have the needle. A stink bug is a great example of a bug. If you know what sort of like a mosquito, except a mosquito is not a bug. A mosquito is actually related to flies, if I remember right. So when a bug feeds, they insert that needle into either a plant or an animal. So, all insects, Tracy, do not spam my channel. An insect, all insects, wait, all bugs are insects, but not all insects are bugs. That's the best way I know to explain it. Guys, we are only going to be live for another 3 minutes, I think, because I'm sitting here falling asleep. I don't know if it's because why are you spamming my channel? I have, and I was up at 6, and I usually don't get up till who knows when. You were told not to spam my channel. But we've also told other people not to do it. Yeah, I'm fine. And it's just, I've had a long day. I didn't get to bed till 1 this morning. And then I was up at 6 or 11. Whatever time I went to bed, it was way too early to go to bed. Or too late to go to bed. However you want to say it. But yeah, I'm exhausted. And I still have a video to put out for tomorrow. I don't get much of a break. Yeah, I will sit there and tell people that, oh, I'm going to bed. And then I'll get into bed and I will watch TV or I'll play a game on my phone and get busy. And before I know it, it's 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. and I'm in trouble. Plus, I knew I had to be up early. So I'm not getting up in the middle of the night, generally speaking. But like if I set my alarm to be up in the morning, then automatically I'm up all night checking the time to make sure I haven't slept past my alarm. Plus, I had to be up early enough to be at my brother's house to let the dogs out. Which was really stupid. Which is really stupid because it just was. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Duck on Quack. I am going to be going live tonight at 6 p.m. We will be talking about the bald hornet, which is a species of insect from the United States, if you don't know. And with that, guys, I am going to bed because I'm sitting here falling asleep on you. I will see everybody later. Goodbye. Love you all. Love you all. Good night. Take care.